In a previous video, I showed you how I got this free Craftsman lawnmower back running. It is a older style Craftsman front wheel drive with a Tecumseh engine on it. I'll link that video up here in the information button. But today I'm going to do some little troubleshooting on this electric start that this mower has. Now this is my first time working on a push mower that has electric start. So I'm just going to try to feel it out, see if it works or not. Just a little overview of how this system's on here. Up here integrated with the dead man's handle, it has the start button. And it doesn't let you press it down unless you got the dead man cable held down. Then it's got a wiring harness that runs down here to a relay. It also has these wires that splice in that run back down in here to the battery. And then you got these wires that go up here. And you see that orange wire there. It actually goes inside the starter. So this starter's made a little different than what we see on a lot of riding mowers, where it's got a lug terminal and you bolt the cable onto it. This one is just wired straight into it. So that's a little new for me. Y'all see there's the ground wire there, and that's for the kill switch. So we ain't worried about these. We're looking at this one. And it's a little bitty starter. And I don't know whether it works or not. The electric start, this lawnmower has probably set up for close to 3 years now by this point. And the motor runs good. So what this mower came with was a charger. And you unplug this terminal here, this harness. These wires go to the battery. And you plug the charger in here to the battery. And you charge the battery. Now, since acquiring this mower, I have misplaced the original charger for this battery, but just take my word for it, it felt cheap. It was made cheap. It's nothing, it's just a little box that plugged in the wall, cheaper than them battery tenders that they make now. It was just real cheap, and I doubt that it would work now anyways. So I think a better option of doing this is to install a trickle charger pigtail on it, and I'll use this trickle charger on it as a battery charger. Now this is a NoCo Genius 2. I've had this trickle charger for about a year now. What I like about it is it's got a 2 amp charge on it versus the battery tender juniors that you plug in the wall of the little box. I've got a previous video of review of them. Check the information button for that video too. But since then, about a year ago, I got this one. This thing works really, really good. I really like this battery tender or trickle charger. And I have used this on a couple old batteries and actually got a little bit more life out of them batteries charging them with this. So when I get ready to charge the battery and see if the battery will take any kind of charge, I'm going to use this. And I'll run my pigtail up through this hole right here. Now as you can see, there's a relay on the wiring harness right here. And if I'm thinking right, I believe this acts as like a starter solenoid on a garden tractor. This uses this small relay instead. This is what clicks to send the power when you hit the switch to the starter itself. To access the battery compartment, I'm going to lift up this gate door here. Slide me a piece of metal right there to just keep that out of the way. And now I gotta take this little panel off right here, and the battery should be behind there. And I'm having to unplug that little connector so I can slide it all the way out. And there's a look at the battery. I wonder how old this thing is. You can see that that wiring harness was just soldered onto these spade terminals. I don't know if that's the way it came from the factory, if that's the style it's supposed to be, Or what was this harness supposed to have spade connectors on them where you just slid them on there? I don't know why anyone wouldn't just go ahead and crimp them ends on there to make it easy to take apart. But anyways, now looking at this code stamped in the top of the battery, I'm going to take a wild guess and guess that this battery was manufactured September 5th of 07. Any way you read that, whether you read it the 9th of May of 07 or 2009 May the 7th, any way you take that, this puts this battery pretty old. So I doubt it's any good, but I'm going to try to give it a shot anyways to at least check and see if the starter and all works. If it does all work but its battery's bad, next spring I may replace it, but since we're about to go into fall and winter, I ain't gonna spend that money right now. And now I got my trickle charger wiring harness soldered onto the terminals. When I go to replace this battery, I'm gonna make up something better where it's just got the spade connectors. That'd be much better than trying to solder onto a battery. But this is just to try something out and see if it works or not. Alright, I got the battery back installed. I'm gonna hook that connector back up, find a safe place to zip tie this trickle charger cable to. And I got to put the cover back on. Now I'm going to try hooking this battery tender up to it and just see what it does. I'm going to be on standby just in case sparks starts flying. So it's charging some, you see it's very low. We'll give it some time and see if it does anything. So it's the next day, and when I come out here to check the trickle charger, it's showing that it's a bad battery. So just like what I thought, that battery ain't no good. Now I got a set of jumper cables hooked to this tiny little battery going to this big deep cell battery. That way I'll know whether or not the electric start works or not. So let's give it a try. So, as you see there, the electric start does work. The relay's working, so that lets me know the problem is the battery. It might be a little hack way of figuring this out, but it's a cheap man's way of doing it. I just looked up online for a replacement battery for this electric start, and it's right around in the $30 range. So it's a pretty cheap battery. I'm not going to buy one right now going into winter, but in the springtime and I start using this a good bit, I might buy one and try it out, see how it works. So I hope you found this video entertaining or some of the information helpful with you trying to do your poor man mechanic work. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.